It is a championship week recap film session here with two former NFL offensive linemen, 16 combined years in the NFL, Jeremiah Sirles and Alex Boone. I played football in 8th grade, so don't listen to anything I have to say here. I am just your navigator. This is the O-line committee and the San Francisco 49ers, boy. Look at Boone rocking that 49ers.
You know I'm always going to.
Team
I have to. Dude, gotta love my Niners, man. I don't know what it is about them. Every time they're on, I always love watching them. I love the whole, just because the organization was so good. Jay, you know what I'm talking about when you know that there's an organization that just takes care of their players, and you're like, no matter what happened, I will always love you because you were good to me, and the food tasted amazing, and you never said no to the steak request. Like, they just take care, and I love to see it happening. But not only that, but like, honestly, how this team has gotten here and the way that this whole system has just, Kyle's always been doing the same thing. He's just innovative, and it's working, and it works. It has great success. But not only that, but like the entire roster, and we just came from our podcast talking about it, but being able to have the ability to go out and get the best players at their position and then go out and say, hey, listen, let's make this work. And seeing guys show up like Juszczyk and Brandon Ayuk, like, it's super fun to watch. And when you're on teams like that, it's super fun to be on because it's very like, it's us. We're a group. It takes all of us to win. That's when you get guys to really fucking buy in, is when you're like, hey, if we're missing you this week, buddy, we're not going to win. We need everybody. It's not just one. Like, if the Chiefs don't have Patrick Mahomes, it's over. It is over. And not only that, but like when you talk about starting to move players around, it's like, dude, everybody on here has the ability to be super important this week, and it's super fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to start in the second half here, by the way. So, all right, it's halftime. You're down by 17 points. How do you come out in the second half? I'll go wide here. You guys can take us through this film breakdown. By the way, click that like button and the subscribe button on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel. Help us grow this thing and spread the word. Tell your 49ers and or NFL-loving friends about this channel. Here we go. This is the first offensive play for the 49ers, down by 17 points to start the third quarter, gents.
Yeah, the Lions did this all game, trying to get 5 guys up on the line of scrimmage to stop the run. They sent a pressure off the backside here. The whole idea is when you send pressure, you're trying to crease gaps, right, to try and get in there and shoot things. But this whole play is really made because of the front side's ability to stretch the hole, right? The front side's ability here. So 68 and 55 running this double up to 34 here, and then the reach by the center, right? The stretch on the front side by 68 and 55, and then this being able to reach. This nose guard, his job is to get across the center's face. Like, when you're sending safety pressure like this off the backside, this nose has to cross the center's face. This jump reach here by 64 is such a great job. And then watching 55 come up and cut the defense right there. Right? You cut the defense right there, and there's a hat for a hat, and George Kittle's free. Right? Hat for a hat, George Kittle's free, and now you've got the best running back in the entire NFL getting 10 yards before contact. Not how you want to start the second half at all.
No. Yeah, so it's like, okay, punch him in the mouth on the first play. Okay, what next on this drive? Oh, let's run a little play action, and boom, tight window throw.
Two-man route.
I love to. You're ballsy when you run a two-man route, but what does it right there? Go back. You already just saw it. Look how close these linebackers walk up.
Line,
sinker. Because where's the ball go? Right behind them, silly. Oop. I love this shit, dude. When you can run 395 slant pump like this, and look at Anzalone. Oh shit. Oh, I swear to God, they say it out loud. They'll be like, "Oh
Panic
shit!"
Panic
and then all of a sudden, there's one. Oh, there's Ayuk going. Oh, who shows up in the middle of the field? Right on the fucking logo.
Right?
Dude, that throw, by the way.
Throw.
Listen, this throw right here is what made everyone not call him a game manager. When you throw it right down the middle of the field between 4 guys. 4 fucking dudes. Boom. Right on the numbers. People go, yeah, you're not a game manager anymore, buddy. That was a risky throw. It takes balls to throw that. Love it.
This is one of the key fourth down plays here. So this is a 4th and 2. Niners are trying to work their way back. Lions have the ball.
It's a 4th and 2.
This is the first one.
This is the first one. Yeah.
Oh, so
man,
when you have this type of talent on the defensive line for the Niners, we saw it in the first half where you took their stinger away when you were running the football at them. The second this game got within 1 score, you then brought back this defensive line into being a factor, a critical factor into this football game, right? First of all, Taylor Decker gets a great jump, right? A great jump here. This is Nick Bosa. You got to get a great jump. But right here, you see that outside foot?
Yep.
You see that outside foot of his? If
open.
you drop this outside foot on an elite pass rusher, he's turning the corner on you. He's turning the corner right there. The ability to plant and turn on an inside foot. I mean, watch how quickly Bosa goes from going up the field to going 90 degrees towards the quarterback, right? It's on his 5th step, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 5, boop, he's turning the corner. Right, look that bend and that ability is just enough to push Goff off his spot, and we've said it all year. If Goff gets pressured, bad things happen.
Just a little off.
Just
you should catch that ball. You should catch
now.
that ball.
100%. Reynolds needs to catch that football.
You have to catch that.
He had the drop. He had the drops on Sunday night, but even then, if you can just get to Goff's feet a little bit, that was the factor, and that's what you pay those pass rushers that type of money for.
Absolutely.
So Niners get the ball back here. Big chunk play early on.
Debo came out like, you know what?
But look at all these guys in the box. Look at them all. Right? You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Dude,
7,
they're in
8,
base.
9. I see 10 guys in this frame.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you get these guys out of here? That's 3 white linebackers. That's not what you want.
No.
Right? You got 3 white dudes back here chasing down Debo Samuel and Brandon.
That's why they
Ayuk
threw
and
it to
Kittle.
Debo.
And so
They
they're
were
like,
literally-
all right, let's spread all these dudes out and just throw it out here and see who can catch him. But this goes back to what Ayuk's been doing all year, blocking his balls off.
Great block,
Hughes
dude.
check, doing great Hughes check things. Like, they're just such a complete team, a non-selfish team. They know that Shanahan's going to get them in the right plays, and it's their job just to go execute.
Hey, how do nobody make C.J. Gardner-Johnson a mic after he was waving bye-bye to the fans?
Oh, gosh, I forgot about that.
How the fuck are you guys going to let him get away with that?
In the second quarter.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what?
This is the turning point. This is the turning point.
This
of the
was
entire
the
game.
turning point right here.
Right,
Dude, this
right here. Pause it when it hits him. I told you. Bang. Spirit would have killed him.
Hey.
Spirit would have killed him.
Hey, touchdown, no
DB
touchdown. Touchdown, no touchdown.
Yeah, no touchdown. Right here, you're saying no touchdown. Now, go watch the wide angle here. I love if this is a spear, it's sticking directly in the DB's face. Right? He's dead. Spear him to the ground. Don't let him up. Blood everywhere.
I'm not going to lie to you. My wife goes, do you think he feels like an idiot because it hit him right in the face? I go, oh, yeah, for sure. He feels like a fucking idiot.
100% you feel like an idiot. Right? But look, the focus and the ability to stay on your feet from Brandon Ayuk here is elite. Elite. It's hard for people to fathom how fast Ayuk is running in this moment, right? How fast he's at full speed here, looking back, right? His eyes are everywhere. Boom. To keep your focus and catch that football.
You know what this was? Do you guys remember
turning point?
You ever watch like the old NFL film Super Bowls, like the 70s, John Fachenda's voice? There's that Lynn Swann catch for the Steelers in a Super Bowl where it's the same thing. This was an iconic catch if it's a Super Bowl catch.
Yep.
It's a championship game catch, so it might not be replayed a million times, but it is one of the great catches considering the stage. Just like you had to have it, too, because you're still down in this game.
Yeah, they needed it at this point.
You're
like,
still
they
down
needed
17.
this big play.
I think you're still down 17 at this point.
You're down 10, I believe.
You're down 10.
Still need
10
it.
10 or 14, whatever
Yeah,
it was. But.
I mean, and that was the first explosive they had all game.
So they're down in here now. Got to shove this thing into the end zone.
Spread them out a little bit. One thing I've loved about this whole sequencing that we've been watching here, what Shanahan was doing with the personnels and with the formations, you haven't really seen one of the same here. No. Right? Now you spread them out. Right? You've gone big. Now you spread them out and just allow Ayuk to find the hole in the zone.
And that's what you do by spreading them out is naturally create that window, make it bigger. And that's why.
And now what do you see? One linebacker.
Exactly.
Right now you're like, okay, spread them out. Now Detroit's like, oh shit, okay, we tried the 3 linebacker thing. Now we're gonna go the 1 linebacker. Let's go dime, right? Let's go dime here, and it's still just a great throw by Purdy, moving off his spot and again splitting 2 defenders.
Just finding a better angle.
Oh, look at the guy on the right. Hold on, go to the right. Go back. I love this. Is my favorite part of film. Watch. I believe it's number 2, not number 2, number 8. I think he gets so upset. Watch him.
On the left here,
on the right.
Oh, this guy up top.
No! It was covered too!
Damn it!
No!
this dude right here. I
Yeah,
think.
right. It's
So
we used to
mad.
look for these dudes on tape all the time. Like, yeah, you were supposed to block him, right?
CJ, where were you?
Oh, right. But that's the kind of stuff where when you see a defense reacting like that as an offensive player, you're like, we've got him.
This is it.
Right.
This
We've
is
got
us. How about this? How about a power to fucking
dude.
seal it? Go
Just
back
parts
because
like
this.
the
All right,
Red
listen.
Sea.
It's
Just
funny because
parts
we're
like
doing.
the
Listen,
Red Sea.
we're doing power today in the gym. We're actually going to work on this, the trays and the deuces and the pulls.
This is
When
a
I saw
6'2".
this, I love how you text me. Oh, this was a clinic. This is a clinic tape, and I want you to watch these tight ends mash this down right there. Look at that beautiful seam that's about to open up between the tight ends and the pulling guard, Aaron Banks, pulling around, striking a match. This is clinic, dude. He literally walks in.
I got to give a lot of love to Feliciano, man. Talk about a guy that he got kind of shit on in New York last year.
Look at that.
Right, he got kind of shit on in New York. Is a bad team, nothing. He goes over to the Niners, signs more of a backup contract role. Number 55, the right guard for the San Francisco 49ers. Since he's come in the back half of this year, he's elevated this run game for this team. Like, he's done a great job, and you see here that this is a tough block, down block, one-on-one, but great pad level, great aiming point. Him and McKivitz caved this whole thing down. Banks pulling inside out. Yeah, 35 made a business decision here about deciding
Very
to meet
big decision.
Christian
man.
McCaffrey
He could have,
meet him in
dude.
the gap or
he,
not.
He could have went in there, but he didn't.
Hughes check with the pancake block too. Like Hughes check gets this dude on the ground, right? 44 coming across,
Meet me in the gap.
Boom.
right? Gets him here, dump him.
Dump. Oh my
that's
God.
a true pancake too.
Dude,
That's not like, oh, his leg got caught or oh, he tripped over someone. Like, no,
may have gotten
your
hurt.
leg buckled. Your leg
That dude may have
buckled over the
gotten hurt,
strength
yeah.
of me just flexing over the top of you.
Dude.
So now it's. I believe we're tied now here. I should have done a better job of laying out the scores here, but full wave of momentum. This is a blitz that got home right here. That blitz got home, you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, it's power
Agreed.
pass, right? So this is again 5 guys on the line of scrimmage trying to find ways to slow this run game down. Come through here. This is
McCaffrey
CMC.
kinda left.
This is CMC missing this, right? But this is Purdy creating. That's an unbelievable catch.
That's
It's
great
unbelievable.
game. That's great game management.
Great
right there by
game
Brock.
management
Yeah.
right there.
I mean, this is a blitz that gets home. But if you look at the back end again, look how open Brandon Ayuk is on the back end. Go to the wide.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
You're good. Like, if you watch this from the wide, right? If Christian McCaffrey picks this blitz up, right? So right here, it's hard. It's a hard blitz when he's coming across like that. You have to sort through the trash a little bit, especially with McKivitz right
Yeah, he
there.
doesn't see him. He doesn't see him till right now, which is I get it.
But right
Oh,
here,
man.
if
Oh,
he
and
can
the
get that
safety is
blitz,
turned this
the
way.
safety's got Debo,
Yeah.
right? The
Ayuk's
safety's
wide
got
open.
Debo. This is a touchdown.
He's working his way
Oh,
here
he
too.
knows that's
He's
because
trying.
the quarterback. He saw it. The quarterback saw it, and you want to throw into the blitz.
Oh,
like,
he's ready. He's
dude,
ready to. Oh
Ayuk,
man.
if CMC can pick that up, that is a home run shot for Brandon Ayuk,
Hey,
right? But
this
again,
is-
escape, roll away from the pressure. Now you've got a D end that dropped into the zone. He's not used to being out there in space. He decides to pull the trigger and come up.
And Chris
Boom.
Carter on the sidelines here,
Yep.
making a great
Just-
catch.
just looking Purdy. Dude, this is the point where I was like, his heart rate was probably racing because the minute he got grabbed and spun out of this, he turned into like super freak. He was like, nope, can't take the sack, gotta get out of here. Like, this is when your heart starts getting elevated. But you can see, obviously, Christian doesn't see it coming off the edge because, like we said, McKivitz is in the way. But this is such a great play to keep the
Boink.
chains moving. Like, this is,
Just enough mobility too, right? It's
Yeah. Fourth quarter here.
you mean freak outness?
Here's
I'm
your
out of here. I'm out of here.
Look at this.
run,
Dude,
run.
I'm telling you,
Run.
when you can use your legs to extend the drive, it makes it easy.
Jared Goff could never.
Wow.
Wow. Shots fired. Neither could Kirk.
Nope.
Wow. Just
This is such a great. I mean, but here's the thing. This is exactly what Mahomes does, right? No one's gonna say, "Oh, Mahomes is a burner," right? No one mistakes Mahomes for Lamar.
They
no one
scoot.
mistakes.
they
They're
scoot
just
around.
athletic enough to run away from the D ends. Like they're just light enough to have a little lift in their feet. I mean, this is an empty protection. They only rush 4. It's a great rush by Aiden Hutchinson. He just barely misses here. This angle by Anzalone, though, is just atrocious.
I think in the moment he was like, I could beat him in a foot race. Guarantee you that's what he thought and was like,
yeah,
this
he's
will
like,
be
oh, I'll
easy.
run this dude down. Right?
I
No
got
problem.
him.
I'll run this dude down. And then Purdy just slowly, you feel the Super Bowl literally from your grasp of your hands as he's running away from you.
Dude, I can't tell you how fun it is to watch these dudes run away from people because in their hearts must be racing like they stole something. Like the feeling of being chased is so invigorating at times that these guys get away.
When have you ever been chased?
Bad question. I've been chased a lot.
By the police in college, maybe?
Mind. Shh. I know.
Yeah, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus, Ohio.
2007?
1 to 05. There was a lot of running. Pre-Instagram.
Thank God.
Hey,
By the way,
this play right here.
Christian McCaffrey finished
This play right here, just the amount of momentum to flip yourself over on your head, like he runs possessed, and that's half the battle. Is you have to go out there, and when you take that ball, you have to go into a different world, and that's what he does such a great job of. And I just can't. Somebody recently, and I'm not going to say who, was like, "Why did they trade him?" I was like, dude. It didn't look like this at the Panthers. It's funny how this.
But you know what? If
nowhere.
you're the Panthers, it's tough to justify having like a $15 million running back when the rest of your roster is in rebuild.
Or
mode.
maybe the guy just doesn't want to play for you. And
I'm really unsure what Rodriguez, the linebacker, is doing here. And Barnes went out early in this game, number 55. But when you see this type of action to you, I don't think this is a called blitz. And you try and shoot the A gap like that.
44 here.
44, like that's a
you
bad.
make it,
like with this action to you, like you would assume that 44 needs to be over the top. You see 34 is trying to get himself back over the top, and so when you run through this A gap and you're essentially just blocking yourself, like you're not making it allows them to set the wall, right? It allows McKivitz to come and set the wall right here, and 31's the unblocked player, and Kittle just tries to do both. It takes two here. I mean, he gets lucky. McCaffrey doesn't go here, but the balance and the acceleration of Christian McCaffrey to come through here, see it, go initiate the contact, right? He's not running out of bounds. He initiates a contact, and then here just to get this part, though, this is something to keep an eye on over the next 2 weeks, right? Make sure that stinger doesn't linger at all, because that was definitely a stinger.
Could be
right?
like a concussion there, too.
No, it wasn't a concussion. I think it's just a lot of spinal cord shaking, right? And he ended up coming back in the game, but whoever had Christian McCaffrey 2-time anytime touchdown, and then he comes off and Elijah Mitchell gets one play, one touchdown, was real upset.
Real upset. I just need one, guys. I'll be back to score. Don't worry.
But yeah, Niners, I mean,
what a second half.
They find a way to come in the second half. They did it through the air. They did it on the ground. That's what we saw all year. And so whatever was said at halftime definitely resonated.
And hey, not to just totally discredit the Lions, but you have a good core group of guys that have been really far, and they know how hard it's going to be to get there, and that's really the biggest goal too, is making sure that you teach the young guys, like, this is how it has to be set. That's the hardest thing, is teaching the young guys how hard you have to work. But when you have a good core group of young players that come in and go all the way to the NFC Championship, they can turn around and tell next year's group it's going to be really, really hard. And then you have young leaders instantly. Like, that's a plus in all this. That's the good in all this. You have young guys that know how hard it's going to take to get there, how much they have to work, and they know what they have to do to get better. And so now forever, that young group will be able to lead this team and be like, hey, we were there. We came in and we got there right away. We know what it's like. This is where we fucked up. This is where we can be better. And that's how you take this out as the Lions. Like, you're like, all right, now we really need to put foot on the gas. But for the 49ers, it's like, hey, let's not start the way we did last week. Let's start fast, because Patrick Mahomes can make this a long, methodical day.
Start fast and don't get comfortable with a double-digit lead in the second half, because this is a better Niners team than 5 years ago. But this will be fascinating. Hey, thank you guys, Alex Boone, longtime 49er. We love the 49ers fans that are subscribed to this channel. So thanks for hanging out with us here on this O-Line Committee Film Breakdown.